And almost every house you see these days, they have the Shabbat timer, the thing on the wall that they move up, down. Are you allowed to use it on Shabbat or not? There's a famous Rav Moshe Feinstein who says that all the Shabbat timers, it's a suit to use on Shabbat. And he says why? It's a suit to close lights and to open lights on Shabbat. All these leeways, trying to find ways to open it up, it's like a zilzul in Shabbat. So Moshe Feinstein holds that you're not allowed to use the Shabbat timers at all. These days, the Ashkenazim, they follow Shlomo Zalman Auerbach and different Ashkenaz poskim, and they do use the Shabbat timer. What about the Sfaradim? The rule is like this: anything to make longer is allowed, and anything to make shorter is going to be asur. For example, let's say it's Shabbat in the nighttime, and it's 10 o'clock, the lights are on, and it's supposed to go off at 12. And you want to extend that it shouldn't go off at 12, it should go off at 1. The halakha says you're allowed to go on Shabbat and move those pieces and extend that the light that's on now should stay on for another hour. But if it's 10 o'clock and you want the light not to go off at 12, to go off at 11, you want to make it shorter. It's called grama. What are other grama? It's grama with a kibui. And grama with kibui is going to be 100% sur. You're not allowed to make it shorter. You're not allowed to make that light will go off before. But there are certain exceptions. Let's say there's a sick person, or it's tzorech gadol, where it's really cold or it's really hot, and you want to make the air conditioner or the heater come on earlier. Then the halakha says, b'tzorech gadol, you're allowed to move the timer, to move the time from coming earlier. Rabbi Yitzchak Yosef says that even when you're allowed to move the timer earlier, you should be careful not to move it too much earlier. For example, if now it's 10 o'clock and it's 11 o'clock, it's supposed to go off, and you want to make it go off earlier, you shouldn't make it go off at 10:01, because it's like you're really doing a kibui. So therefore, you should make it a little bit longer and don't do it right away.